restaurants. Here to share his stance on the latest rules and more is County Supervisor for District 5, Jim Desmond. Good morning, Jim.
Allie, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so, this tiered system came out, and, I feel like there's a lot of businesses that are going, oh my gosh, I hope we are not going to go backwards. That would be an absolute nightmare, and trying to decipher the tiered system itself can be difficult.
Well, absolutely, and I'm very happy that some of these businesses are able to open that haven't been open for quite some time. But yoga studios and gyms can only open at 10% right now, which doesn't really pay the bills or the rent or the mortgage or things like that, or even brings on 10% of your employees maybe. Same thing with restaurants; they have a 25% limitation on their capacities. And this new tier, we had just got off the watch list. We just were very successful with the last set of restrictions, having the watch list and everything. We got off the watch list, then a week later we get these colored tiers, from purple being the worst, purple, then red, then orange, and then yellow. And so we're in the red right now, and we hope we don't slide backwards, because then those businesses that just opened up would have to close again. So hopefully we're not going to do that. But to get to yellow is still, that's the best tier. That's still that businesses and restaurants can only be open at 50%. And it's almost impossible to get to yellow. We can have only one case per 100,000 people in San Diego County to get to yellow, to get to the 50% level. And to me, that's statistically impossible. Even if we had a vaccine and we vaccinated everyone, to have 1 out of 100,000, which means for San Diego County, a grand total of 34 people. We're testing now, unfortunately, with college opening back up again, where our numbers have spiked a bit. Hopefully they're going to come down and stable out. But the new system is very confusing. People are getting frustrated, but I am happy to see some businesses, there's a crack, the doors open a bit. And for some of these restaurants, they don't have outdoor dining. Not all of them have that luxury. So it's very difficult for some of the businesses that are out there. So there's some good and some bad, but we still got a ways to go.
Can you talk a little bit about this name and phone number for some of the restaurants and your thoughts on that?
I think that's way above and beyond. That's actually a county restriction. The county task force, and our Wilma Wooten, our health officer, put that in place. They thought that was best. They didn't. The rest of us, the supervisors, weren't consulted on this one. We're at 96% tracing right now, which means within 24 hours, we are able to reach those that have tested positive and contact them and find out who they were with and what they were doing. So we're already at 96% right now. So to add this other layer is really kind of frustrating, and people, I guess, are willing to do it, but it's just another kind of an invasion of privacy, and people are tired of it and saying, hey, wait a minute, let us open up. And many businesses, as you said, have put in all this time and effort and money, and they're willing to do the right things. They're willing to use the mask. They're willing to do the social distancing. Just let them open. We got some sectors that still can't open. Legoland wouldn't even open in the yellow section. So we've got businesses that all want to do the right thing. We want to try to get as many of those open as possible.
Well, and I would imagine that's the fear, is that some of these small businesses are not going to be able to survive much longer unless they are allowed to open.
Yeah, and 25%, nobody, I don't think, does a business plan saying, I'm only going to be able to use 25% of my capacity. You can do that for a short period of time, but not for any long periods. And then we were able to give out, I think, about $4 million in economic stimulus money per supervisor district. $4 million was for what I got to allocate. I got requests for $180 million for that $4 million from businesses that are just struggling and trying to stay alive.
I know it is a tough time where we're going to hope that we can continue to move forward. We'll have to see what the numbers say when they come out. Jim Desmond, thank you so much for joining us this morning, giving your insight.
Thank you.
All right. Portland hit its